All right, I'm here with Dean.
Hello.
He just topped at, what is it, Sakura Fest in Ohio
Sakura Fest.
The Card Academy, Ohio. And we're going to take a look at his Kemono Friends deck profile because it's a pretty interesting list.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, every Kemono Friends list has to play 4 Kaban. I shouldn't have to explain this to you. Turns off burn ones. Get to, it's like an on-death Ricky for any card in your deck, so it's not even locked to level 1. You can get anything you need. 4 of this Brainstorm, it gives 1,000 power to middle on your opponent's turn, only on opponent's turn, so it's kind of bad in that way. But it's tap 2, search for friends, and it's part of the top end of this deck is the PPP, and you have to have this in back row with a 2/1, and then you can restand a 3/2 and a 2/1 when you attack with the Royal Penguin, which we'll see later. Then we're playing 2 of this Lion. It comes into play, mills the top 2 and gives 1,500 times the combined level of the card milled. This is actually coin flip, so you have 21 cards between 2 and 3. So this gives probably about 7,000 on average. Helps you get over stuff. And then we play 2 Drop Searchers. It gains 1,000 power when something else is played. Just a discard outlet, gets you the cards you need when you need them. And it's green, very relevant for later. 1 of Tsuchinoko. If you're playing Standby, I think this is the card to play. It comes into play, lets you look at the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. When you play a Climax, you can bounce it back to hand, look at top 2 cards of your deck, add 1 to hand, and then discard a card from your hand. So it lets you extend Standby to your hand by discarding the card that you want to play with the Standby, and it also lets you get another Climax for next turn if you need it. And it's also can be used as a discard outlet if you get Climax flooded. I play 1 of this, it's an Amagi, and it gives 1,000 power to level 0s. Kind of useful. I play 1 of this coin flip card because I was just like trying to pad space. And also lets you top check when it comes into play, and you can mill it if you want to. Now we're going on to the level 1 lineup because this is coin flip, and you're trying to maximize your level 2 and 3 count. You're going to be playing 4 of this. When another card attacks, you give, this card gets 1,000, so if it's the last card that attacks, it's a 6/5, and then on death, reveal top. If it's a level 2 or higher, it rests itself. Didn't come up, but that's really good against Persona. Stops Joker. 2 of this 1/1 Grey Wolf. It's pretty much a standby target. It's green. It can't be reversed by cost 0s. And the matchups where it's good, you can sit on this for like 2 to 3 turns, especially if you standby it out early. But it didn't come up too much. Now on to why we're actually playing green. It's one of the best cards in Kemono. It's this heal event. If you have 3 cards on board, you can heal to hand, and then this banishes itself, so it trends even on compression and then also gets you a card, so just a great card overall. I think I was resolving 1 to 2 of these every game. Then we're playing our standby targets at level 2. We've got this 6/5, gains 1,000 for every other card on your board, so it maxes out at 10/5, and then it has hand encore. Just a super solid 2 soul beater. 2 Hulus. It gives 2k to level 3s in front, and then it also gives hand encore to middle. Combined with this, you can guarantee that this card lives pretty much forever. And then it's also needed for the restand combo. And then we play 2 Rock Hoppers, 6k against level 3s. It's pretty much your only out to level 3s, but because you have Kaban, you usually don't care about what your opponent early plays. And if you really do, you can just run it over with this. And this is the card that restands as long as you have this in the Brainstorm in the back row. And then this is the other card that restands if you have the 2 cards in the back row. It's the Emperor Penguin. It has an early play as long as you have Hululu and the Brainstorm out. You can play it down, heals, and that's pretty much all it does. Super generic. Then you play 3 of this. This is a Royal Penguin. She comes into play, grabs out a blue character, only blue, and then she's the one that allows the restand on her attack. You pay 1, pitch 1, top check, and then you restand these 2. Which is super solid. Not the Rock Hopper. Then, because you're trying to sack your opponent as hard as possible in this deck, you play 2 Lion to get out with your standby, because this is playing standby pants. When she comes into play from hand, you can salvage a card, so you can use her to salvage Royal if you need to, or Emperor to heal. And then if she comes into play via the standby, you can pay 2, pitch 2 to restand. This pushes your maximum attacks up to 7. I play this one early play, Healer Moose. I actually never played it down. It's not super relevant. And then I play, this is kind of a secret MVP of the deck. It's Shoebill. It's an 11k. It can't move after you play it, but come into play, look at top 6, get rid of 3 of them, and then put the other 3 on top. And then it also filters, pay 1, filter a climax for a different climax in your waiting room. What's super good is you can stack the standby as the second card on your attack, so you can standby into the other restand target. So you'll probably pay like 2 stock for this, 2 stock for this, and then you'll heal. You'll heal with this, and then you'll trigger the standby on the second attack after attacking with this, bringing this out, and also guaranteeing the friend is on top, so that when you attack with this, you get double restand. Because otherwise, like, you got 8 climaxes and then 4 events, so you have 12 misses in the deck. And while this is efficient, you know, pushing lethal is probably the most important thing in the game. But yeah, so that's the deck. It's super fun to pilot. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below.
Yeah, and then how do you get the 7 attacks out again?
The 7 attacks is the Lion. Like, you have to kind of be lucky with it, because it has to be on one of these 2 attacks after the restand. But at least you guarantee that, like with this, you can guarantee that these restands do happen, which will push you to 5 attacks minimum.
All right. Is there any changes you're maybe looking out in the future?
I'm thinking about dropping Moose for a 3rd Lion, because when you need the Lion, you really need the Lion. This card was a lot more important than I thought it was too. I'm almost tempted to, maybe I would change this for a second Shoebill. And then at level 1, this Tsuchinoko was far more important than I thought it would be. So like I would probably drop a Drop Searcher. Yeah, that's about the only change I can make, is drop a Drop Searcher for another Tsuchinoko.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, guess we'll see you guys later.